Dr. Parker, I know that you have said that setting the context and a little bit of history is very important for conversations around race. But how do you do that with young people and help them understand why that's important?
Okay. I think that you can do it by using a number of sources that include film, memoirs, even history books to help them understand the origins of race and racism in North America, particularly in the USA, all the way up to the current time period. So starting with the transatlantic slave trade, moving up through Reconstruction and Jim and Jane Crow, the civil rights movement, and even all the way up to what is considered now as a post-racial era. All of that time period is contextual information to help adults as well as youth understand the context in which these issues around race and racism have actually been incubated. So by giving them that type of context, then you have some foundations for to advance on or to continue the conversation. Without the historical context, then you're just talking about issues that are touchy-feely and they're not grounded in a particular location. Now, also, when we think about context, we have to particularize it for where the youth and the adults are actually located. For example, I can talk about the historical trajectory of race and issues of racism in North America in broad strokes like that. But I also need to actually talk about what it means for where we are situated. That is, since I'm from Dallas, Texas, talk about how these historical events actually took place and shaped the lives of people in Texas, in the South, the Southwest. And it would be the same thing for persons who are in the Northeast Corridor, as well as who are from California or who are from the East or the Southeast, I'm sorry, to talk about these issues of race. So without this type of context, then you don't have a starting point for some conscientious conversations about race and racism that has integrity.
Well, so could you give some examples of specific things that might work with youth, even in Texas?
Sure. While they might be outdated, I don't think that there are sources that are out of date. And I'm thinking now about videos such as Eyes on the Prize, or there are a number of resources that deal with race under that category and racism that you can find online, such as PBS documentaries. I think documentaries are a good visual resource for helping young people talk or think about contextual issues around race and racism and how it's been constructed socially in the USA and in North America. And we could go on in terms of the global concern about racism as well. So documentaries is a good resource for doing that. Alongside documentaries, I recommend memoirs, slave narratives, and slave memoirs that have been written, and those are available also in various places. I mean, Henry Louis Gates has made reference to a number of those in some of his work, and he's also done documentaries. And then others. So they're easily be accessed. They're easy to get at.